You're not on the field, court, or ice.
CWall.
You're on the couch. From PG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, CWall. Delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from a hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's CWall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you're not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make 'em mad, man. CWall and we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to Coaching from the Couch. We are live down at the Wharf with 87 TV Network. I am here. My CWall team member Joy is here. Gerard is holding it down for 87 TV Network. And you guys, at least I feel better than I did last week. Even though I was in a good mood. Sometimes it's iffy. You never can tell with the mood at times. Because when is there a dull moment? Never. Not ever. We could not find a dull moment if we tried. If we seriously said, you know what? Find me a dull moment, somebody. When is it boring around here? In the sports world, never. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that it's never boring. But at the same token, we could use a break. Every now and again. We seriously can. You guys, we about to get it rocking and rolling on the show tonight. Listen, my mom is already online. Mom, hey, Mom. Of course, Cameron, always here. John Adams, always here. Listen, everybody who is watching, make sure you are sharing the show with your DMV sports loving family and friends. Please get everyone involved in the live conversation because we all love it. Even when they make us upset, even when we're frustrated and things don't make sense, guess what? We love it. We're still here. We love it. And so we just keep it going, right? So let's get started. Let's get cranking. The Maryland Terps football season is officially over. The season is over. They had their end of season festivities over the weekend. So just want to give a shout out and a congratulatory remark to two Terps football players, Antoine Brooks, who received their 2019 MVP award, and their 2019 Offensive and Special Teams player, Javon Leake. I want to shout out both of them on the tremendous job they did this season in their individual positions. And we just got to look forward to brighter days over there on the football front. Let's talk about the basketball front. Okay. All right, Terps Nation. Terps Basketball Nation. Guess what? Hey, listen. This is sports. Anything can happen. We've got hit with a dose of reality here on Tuesday against Penn State. Maryland went down. That's okay. That's all right. They were 10-0, and now they're 10-1, and that's fine. For a short second, Maryland had an 11-0 record. But that was like back in the 70s, you guys. But, I think the 70s and I think in the 90s. I think maybe it wasn't the 70s, like 75 to 76, but I think in the mid 90s, perhaps it was about 96 or so, Maryland went 11-0, but they had not gotten past, beat that. But hey, listen, it's all good. We're not here for those regular season and those just fun, nifty stats. We're here to get a lot further. So they did go down to Penn State. One thing about it is Was I the only one that noticed, who's watched Maryland basketball, that they had a knack for starting out a little slow? Sometimes, like, it was taking them a bit to get revved up. I mean, they were hot. Once they on, they on. But that didn't work Tuesday night. Penn State came out blazing. No shade to them. They came out blazing. They were ready. And like I always say, you only as good as your opponent is not. So they got beat. I mean, I'm not upset. They did have quite a few turnovers. Started out with several turnovers. I think they finished the game with a season high 20 turnovers. I mean, you can't win a game when you turning the ball over that much. But this isn't something that we've seen a lot of. So maybe perhaps this is just like one of those things, right? Anthony Cohen Jr., he missed quite a few shots. So Tuesday was just not his day. Jalen Smith did earn his 7th double-double, so with 12 points, 11 rebounds. Maryland is back on next week, so they got some time off. They got a little bit of time off. They'll be facing Seton Hall, so we'll see what happens. You always got to be prepared. Always got to be prepared, but I don't think nothing here to see, you guys. I'm not here to bash them or say we need to be concerned. It is what it is. Teams come prepared. It was a great win for Penn State, but of course it was an eye opener for Terp Nation. It was an eye opener. Got to get ready. Got to do what you got to do. So I'm so excited. Got Eric. Because we gotta keep going. Eric, I'm so happy Eric is here because we couldn't go forward without Eric. I was gonna say, Eric, you gotta get on here. John, Eric, and Cameron and my mom. Well, we know when they get to going and talking about this DMV sports, you know they ready. I know y'all ready. And Joy's gonna be in here the whole time, nudge me to talk about stuff that I don't want to. Really quick, want to mention about the Caps. The only thing I want to mention about the Caps is that they are still red hot. They beat the Bruins last night. The Caps, I don't know if there's any Bruins fans watching, but just so you know, Bruins fans, the Caps own y'all a little bit. Maybe they own y'all quite a bit, actually. But really, the main thing I want to mention tonight about the Caps is that Alex Ovechkin tonight is receiving the 2019 Wayne Gretzky International Award. So congratulations to him. This award are for international individuals who have made major contributions to the growth and advancement of the game in the U.S. So kudos to Ovi. Ovi is just, I don't know if you all saw him, footage of him on the ice the other day for a community service activity with some special needs youth. And I'm going to tell you something. Ovi just never ceases to amaze me. He's just an incredible person. All of those guys are. And he had so much joy in his face. And it was genuine happiness and just a heart for people where he truly enjoys engaging with the fans. And it's just a blast to watch them be serious on the ice when they're trying to win these games, but also just show what great heart and just overall human beings that they are. And it's very special, of course, when we're right here in the area and they're doing these wonderful things in the community. So congratulations to Ovi. Which way am I going first? I don't know if I'm going Wizards first or Nats first. Let me go Wizards first. I'm going to go Wizards first. So you all have heard me say, I don't start panicking about anything till around December, when it's talking about basketball and hockey too. So we just talked about, I'm not panicking at all about the hockey. The Wizards though, okay, listen, we know it was a rebuilding year. We know that, right? We knew that. Everybody knew that. We were all well aware, right? Everybody agreed, right? But this is, I would like them to win at least 10 games. That would be nice. Can we get, let me ask my cousin Bridget that has joined us. Let me tell you something. Bridget, can we get more than 10 wins for the Wizards? Something's got to give. Something's got to give. I really wanted to talk about Davis Bertans. I saw this comment online that said the way that Davis Bertans is playing right now, he is making Tommy Shepard look like a genius. Davis Bertans is by far the bright spot. Rui Hachimura, yeah, all of that's great. I like Rui. I think he's solid. I was okay when they drafted him. I know a lot of people weren't, but I'm going to tell you, for me, the biggest surprise for me, and perhaps that was just because I didn't know, was Davis. He is, wow, on fire out there. I mean, Cameron's already saying it. A lot of folks are already saying it. We got to keep him. He's got to stay around. And his shooting percentage is like 40, 45, 47%, something. Efficiency is incredible. I cannot say enough about Davis. And folks are already mentioning, people have been hearing how CWall is itching to get back out there. He's itching. You can see it. You can see it in practice. You can see it if you're watching the games. You can see him when he's sitting he's just happier on the court, and he's itching to get out there. But, I mean, I just can't imagine. Let's see where this thing goes. I agree with everyone that says keep him around. See, as soon as we get a special talent, the first rule of thumb, in my opinion, should not be, well, let's trade him. Or let's see what we can get for him. He just got here. And it's a rebuilding year. So let's do what we can. I mean, he's ranking higher in percentage than Paul George and Devin Booker. And some of y'all know how much I love Devin Booker. That's my guy right there. So if your percentage is higher than someone whose game that I admire, let's do what we got to do to keep this piece right here around. This is an important piece, and this was part of the rebuilding and learning year that we were about, right? We weren't championship bound, wasn't even really playoff bound, but let's see what we have. Let's see what we were able to muster up in this off season where we literally had to take lemons and make lemonade. Davis is part of that. It's part of the lemonade special. He's absolutely part of the special. I know Cameron feels me. Is everybody else feeling me on this topic? The Wizards are losing, but I've heard so many people say, and I agree with this as well, they're absolutely fun to watch. They're absolutely fun. They're not playing any defense. I keep saying if they could just up the ante on the defensive front, they would be okay. So I'm still going to say the same things. They got to up the ante on defense. Brad has got to perform every night. He just does. He's not going to get out of that. It's just who he is. It's just what he has to do if the team is going to be the competitive and win. But with Davis, I like it. I like Davis a lot, you guys. I mean, and it's like he's not, his confidence, I get a kick out of confidence. And his confidence, he just know he is going to make the shot. He's not concerned. He's not worried. He's not worried at all. Listen, do what we got to do to lock him in. Do what we got to do to lock him in. I think what we've wanted to see and feel people out, we've seen in Davis. I talk about him a little bit. My dad loves him. He's been liking him since the first time he saw him play, honestly. But around December is when I start saying, I don't know where this thing gonna go. I don't know what's happening. I do know, I believe that Davis is a keeper. I think Davis is a keeper. And let's see what happens. We're gonna keep scoping it out and scoping everyone out and seeing what they're doing and seeing what they're about. But Davis, listen, I can't say it enough. Cannot say it enough. Moving on to the next topic. Okay, guys. So last week we had closed out the show a bit, or not really when we closed out the show, just before we closed out the show. About the news that the learners had shared that they were not going to be able to keep both Strasburg and Rendon. And we talked about that just last week. And we said they probably can keep both of them. But of course, it's all kinds of stuff that you have to do with contracts. And folks know you don't want to dip too much in the luxury on the luxury tax piece of it. But some teams do. I asked, and I shared this with you all last week, who would you rather keep? And quite a few people said we got to keep Strauss. It's ace pitching. We have to. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. But then there's Anthony Rendon. And y'all know all summer long, I had been hollering, please sign Rendon. I was hollering it from the mountaintops. Then the daggone Nats won the World Series. Listen, I still can't believe it. I still cannot believe they won the World Series. And I'm saying all of this to say that this is bittersweet. I absolutely wanted them to keep Strauss and Rendon. And don't get me wrong, I wholeheartedly hear everybody and agree. Pitching, it was like I knew when Strasburg had the performance he had in Game 6 and he won World Series MVP. I said, okay, if they had to choose, I already know they're going to choose Strauss because we saw the bats go cold and we know what happens when bats go cold, right? It's the offense. But we also know that pitching can save you. And that's exactly what it was. A lot of people, I see Eric's comment here. I see a lot of people saying Rendon wanted to go home. He never said he wanted to go home. That wasn't it. If you hear him talk about how he is and who he is and his faith and God and just the type of person he is, he's just a calm, cool, collected kind of guy. He trusts the gift that God gave him. He trusts his instincts. He trusts everything that where he is. But he kind of said it in mid-season that he was excited about the opportunities in free agency. So I was just hoping that the win would have wanted him to stay because sometimes that does. But we also know that gone are the days, we're in the age of free agency where it's like gone are the days of everybody staying with the same team. That just doesn't happen anymore. It's completely unrealistic. And because they won the World Series, that's why I'm okay. Like, you know what? Because here's the thing. It wasn't for lack of trying. It was not for lack of trying. To me, Strasburg willing to take deferred money in his contract to pitch to Rendon, we need you. Okay, if it's not Rendon, then we need somebody in here. We need to continue to bring talent onto this team. I respect that. A lot of people don't necessarily like the deferred money. And I understand both principles. I understand both. Both, the deferred money is more of a perhaps maybe old school mentality of you do what's best for the team. Getting all your money up front is, hey, listen, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so you just give me my money when I can know I can enjoy it and I can have it. So I understand both. I wish Anthony Rendon nothing but the best because he absolutely deserves it. And I'm going to tell you something. He got us there for sure. Like, for sure. He absolutely got us. He got us over the hump. He was a huge contributor to everything that made this happen. And I appreciate him for simply saying, okay, I got to do, what I got to do. I'm not going to necessarily put the team in the bind. He's going to the Angels over there with Mike Trout, or Trout, however I would say his name wrong, y'all. I'm not mad. He's out of the division, so he's not doing what the last guy did. It's not even about that. It's not even a back and forth. He did what was best for him and his family. He's getting his money up front, and guess what? He was on the team and a major contributor to bringing a championship to this town. That's all I ask. Thank you very much, Anthony Rendon. I wanted him to stay. Lord knows I did. Him and Strauss. But the key is the pitching. So you go to LA, and one thing that I share with people is, yes, LA's got the bats. Their offense gonna be sick. But they kind of whack at pitching. But they get their pitching situation right, and you can work with everything else. So I'm not at all upset. I'm not upset at all. You want to see people be great here. But because we won that back-to-backs are few and far between in professional sports, period. Hey, man, we got a championship. I'm good. I'm straight. Now, if we had not won the World Series and they let Rendon go, then now I'd be mad. But now it is what it is, you guys. You always want people, as far as I'm concerned, he'll always be a champion and he'll always be a Washington National as far as I'm concerned. So, but he was just a good guy to have on the team. It's just a good person with some good energy to have. And you want those kind of folks around, but he's more than deserving of the contract that he received. And I'm extremely happy for him. If the pitching gets fixed in LA for the Angels, he's good to go. Sky's the limit. Again, he's not in the division. He didn't go to a rival. He went somewhere where he can get his money up front, and him and his family can, be happy, and it's gonna be all good. So I'm with it. I was sad. But y'all know something? Nats fans, we got some lockdown pitching going on here. We know what we got there. We know who we got coming to the mound. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And we keep talking about who's going to replace Rendon. Nobody. Can't nobody replace that man. We just got to find somebody else. My guy Darrell, he's joined us, and I'm like, listen, who is going to replace Anthony Rendon? I mean, I asked the question too, but all I'm here to say is, I don't know. We need to pray for another. we got to pray for another unicorn to come through, and then this is all we can do. I mean, it's a lot of different names out there, and I'll have to go back and read through. I know Josh Donaldson. I'm not, hey, whatever. Chris Bryant, okay, that's fine. Dang, Anthony. So we'll see what happens. Because they not him. So I'm like, and they still not as good as, on both sides of the ball, right? Offensively, you can't necessarily guarantee their bats or their defense. Anthony Rendon he's just a special person. He's just a special player and person. He's a special player and even better person. So, as Dion remembers, we still got Howie. We got Howie. It's not, the team isn't just not without. The team is still moving things forward. And that's all you can do. We knew this day was coming. We had gotten the heads up that they couldn't keep both. And we were blessed to have the extraordinary talent that we had on this team all at the same daggone time in order to bring a championship to the city. Now, you can't ask for much more than that. I mean, I'm not talking about the NBA right now, but I mean, look at Golden State. All of them, that band done broke up, and you see where they at right now? Nowhere. So I mean, the good times don't last always. The good times don't last always. Sometimes you be down and out and busted and disgusted.
We never know what the future holds.
You never know what the future holds. Somebody else can come on there and wow us. You know, look what Soto has done. Remember last year, people were just out enraged about Bryce leaving, why they didn't pay Bryce and all this, that, and the third. And next year, we won a championship. And so it happens. Things can happen when they supposed to. But different situation from Bryce, though, in that, you know, Rendon just did it a different way. He's in a whole different division. He's not at a rival. He didn't make a move with a dose of petty dashed out there on it. So, you know, as my guy, you know, Darrell just said, you know, exactly right. Rendon is a hard man to replace. Donaldson, he's solid, but exactly right. Someone to produce close to his numbers, and most importantly, his leadership. This is not going to be an easy, you can't just place somebody else there. I don't know.
Just hope that they don't throw money at it.
Just don't throw money at it just to put anybody there to say, well, we got a third baseman.
Be selective.
Be selective. And have every right to be selective, because for right now, you're the champion. So you can be a little, you know, you can be a little, you can be picky, and you can be a little bougie about your options. Don't just get someone to say you did. Fill that role with someone of quality, is all I'm saying. And I got my guy Darrell on here. He's joined one of my favorite Redskins media folks. So I guess what we gonna say about the Redskins? What y'all want to know? Darrell is on here. Yeah. I'm on here. So what we gonna quick questions about the Redskins? What y'all want to know? Real quick. Throw something out there. Throw something out there before we close out. Nobody has anything to say. Exactly. Not even me.
What's next?
Not even me. What's next? I don't know. You know, perhaps the Redskins will have an opportunity. As we all know, they're completely out of the playoffs, but maybe they can, you know, rain on somebody else's parade.
That's all we ask.
Maybe they can upset the Eagles and say, you staying home too. Maybe they just, I don't know.
That's their job now.
Maybe that's all their job is just to, you know,
upset everybody. Retire. Alex Smith.
They said Alex Smith next move is to retire. I don't know. I mean, we've been talking about that a lot, right? We've been hearing a lot about that, and then Darrell knows, and we've been seeing it out there. His leadership matters still. His influence matters still. So we'll have to see what happens. You never can tell. And I'm not rooting for no Eagles, Cameron. Right. No. I mean, you can, but it's even better. It's even better if you beat the Eagles and then you just beat everybody out. That's all you got to do. Just beat everybody out.
Just play football.
That's all you got to do. For the rest of the time there, that's all you got to do is just play daggone football. For the rest of the daggone time. That's it, and that is all. For sure. That is it, and that is all. I think I don't know if y'all can still hear me. We might have lost you guys. But you might still can hear me. I'm going to keep talking in case y'all can still hear what's going on. And still hear and see and not necessarily see me and see my face as I'm making as I'm talking about the Redskins winning out.
And going to the Super Bowl next year.
And going to the Super Bowl next year. Well, I guess you heard that laugh. I guess you heard that laugh. Because that ain't happening. But I was just...
As long as we beat Dallas.
Right. As long as we beat Dallas is all that matters. It's all that matters. I'm getting a thing that it can't be found. Are we still on? Oh, y'all can still hear me? Oh, okay. Well then, hey, listen. I'm just gonna sit here and keep talking to y'all about this joke that Joy just made about
Anything can happen.
anything can happen because the Nats were 19 and 30 nothing. Let me stop. And I was in here talking about I wasn't watching no more Nats games
Dragging them.
every chance I got. And you know what?
They won the World Series.
They won the World Series. Now the Redskins aren't going to do that this year. That's not going to happen because it's just not possible. Maybe everybody is 0-0 week 1. Everybody. You guys, listen, thank you for sticking it out with us as you always do. We have such a good time talking to you all, and I hope you all have fun as well. Listen, you guys, I hope you all are enjoying the holidays. Please do. I know I am. And we'll be back next week to talk some more of your favorite DMV sports. Talk to you all soon.
You're not on the field, court, or ice.
CWall.
You are on the couch. From PG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, CWall. Delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from the hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's CWall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make 'em mad, man. CWall and we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.